the deal of many, because I mean this is something that Slim will try to block. Why don't I'm going to explain why this. I lived in Los Angeles for 5 years. I was a visiting professor at USC. Upon returning to Mexico, we set up in our home the same telecommunications system that we'd had in Los Angeles. Internet, long-distance phone lines, broadband access, etc., and discovered that we were paying 3 times as much. And as a result of that, I started to become interested in Mr. Slim, because everything goes through him. The whole telecommunications network in this country goes through him, because he provides the interconnection for even other companies that are attempting to enter the market. And what I discovered is what now everybody knows, what the OECD publishes year after year in terms of how Mexicans pay much higher rates than other comparable countries. So as a result, we tried to install a network in our home that bypassed Mr. Slim in every way we could conceivably think of. Contracting Vonage, for example, to not have to pay long-distance fees in Mexico. Contracting a cellular phone plan that I bought in the United States. It's called the North America plan that Verizon developed for Mexican immigrants in the United States, that provides free roaming in Mexico. So for a flat rate, I don't know, I think it's $60 a month, my calls in Mexico are part of the program, and they're basically free, or part of the package. For people who call me here in Mexico, it is a long-distance call for them, but it means that only people who really want to talk to me call me. And it means that I can jump over Mr. Slim and not contribute to making his fortune even bigger than it currently is. But how many people in Mexico know about these programs or can have access to them? You need an address in the United States. And insofar as Mr. Slim is not capable of understanding that he is blocking competition, and that in doing so he is holding the country back, it doesn't really make an impact on me that he is now trying to reinvent himself as a world-class philanthropist, because what he gives back with one hand does not compare to what he's taken with the other. He's now announced that he's setting up an Institute for Social Development. He's contributed to President Clinton's global initiative. He's donated $100 million. The fact remains, he is the wealthiest man in the world in a country with a GDP per capita of less than $8,000 a year. And his business savvy, his energy, his vision cannot in and of themselves explain how he got to that #1 position in the world, listed by Forbes as the wealthiest man in the world. And the reason has to do with the fact that he bought a monopoly in one of the largest economies in the world, and the government has been unable to intervene to dismantle that monopoly. So in some ways, I don't blame him, I blame the Mexican government, because the Mexican government should have regulated him years ago in the name of Mexican consumers, in the name of competition, in the name of the public interest. It has failed to do so. And Mr. Slim rightly says, why should I give up market share? The Mexican government should have forced him to do so long ago. At the same time, he has, and his competitors will say that, consistently blocked competition, taken his competitors to the courts, and has entangled his competitors in the business world for years. And I think so. Even though I think the largest responsibility lies in the hands of the government, I wouldn't say that Mr. Slim has been blameless.
Great.
Okay.
You
Is
get
that
some
all right?
close-up of the phone. Perfect. Thank you. And then we're done. Do you want her to hold it? Or just hold it?
Well, it's just I mean, this is a phone you can buy anywhere. More importantly, it's the plan.
So funny.
No, and all my friends know this. I actually have a 310 number, as you realized.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's funny when Jose was having me call you, I was saying, plus 00. I'm like, 310? She's got a 310 number. I don't need to do that.
Right.
Anyway.